Hello, this is The Good with Dr. Joe. And right here, let me introduce you to Dr. Joe and his beautiful shirt.
Hello, thank you. Welcome to our podcast. It's The Good with Dr. Joe. It's live Eastern, that's Atlanta, 9 a.m. Pacific. And what is going on in London?
Happy hour, 5 p.m.
5 p.m. live in London, England. Hey, guys, we are filming live today, location at a brand new American Ghanaian restaurant. It's called Sanbra Restaurant and it's located in Lawrenceville, Georgia. As you know, I am very, very passionate about small business. We do a podcast, we do everything we can to support small businesses. And if there's any industry that this pandemic really destroyed, it was
That's true. Yeah.
the
restaurant.
Mm-hmm. So when I heard that this restaurant was opening, I said, whoa, I got to be here. And there are a few things that got my attention. First of all, they make authentic, help me out here. Authentic Ghanaian food.
Now, Ghana, in case you don't know, Ghana's in Africa.
Is in West Africa. Ghana, and you know something else about Ghana? You know, my wife is actually from Ghana.
Really? Does she make oxtail and all this nice food?
Of course, you know. So
we should have her cook for us next time.
look, if you know, they might even be my in-laws.
That's
you
true.
know? So, so you never know, you know. So I was very excited about the fact that it's a Ghanaian restaurant and it's opening in the same shopping center where my eye doctor's office is located, you know. So, and if you know, this shopping strip has been empty for a very long time. So now it's beginning to fill up, you know, so okay, we need to support, we need to encourage them. And of course, we're going to be talking about the PPP. There's a lot of new information on the PPP. Also, the new Biden stimulus package is already passed Congress, right?
No, it passed the House.
It passed Congress,
The Senate should start voting on it, I think, tomorrow.
Yes. And you know, and I know, and I'm very, very optimistic that we are going to get it through Senate.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because everybody needs this help. You know, small businesses need this help. Mm-hmm. Everybody is dealing with this pandemic and the issues with pandemic. So I'm trying to figure out why it wouldn't pass that House. And let me let you know, if you have your senator's phone number, begin to call, wherever you are, what state, what city, wherever you are, call your senators and say, Senator,
right then,
mail is going to be too late.
Or email.
You can email
and call.
You can call your senators and say, look, this Biden stimulus package, we need to get it through because everybody can benefit from that package. So we need to get on the phone and call your senators and let them do it. All right, now, let me tell you where to see us. The Good with Dr. Joe, we are on Instagram, we are on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Spotify, we're on Google, we're on Apple, just hashtag.
Everywhere.
We're everywhere.
Good with
NBC, ABC.
Well,
eventually, hopefully.
PBS.
Maybe one day.
We're getting there soon. So it's going to be hashtag The Good with Dr. Joe. And that's how you get us. All right. So we are going to be tasting a little bit of the food today. All right. But before we go in there, let's talk a little bit about the PPP and some of the new information that we have. Now, who wants to go first?
I can go first. I have more information on, the stimulus that just passed the House.
Okay. Give us a second, please.
On Saturday, the 27th, the House passed a new $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill. That includes 1,400 direct checks for Americans making less than $75 a year and extends federal unemployment benefits. But the Democrats, in a meeting with Biden on Monday, which was March 1st, made it clear they wanted a few things in this final package. They wanted more money for broadband, an extension for some small business tax credits, and money for rural hospitals to lower weekly unemployment benefits to $300 instead of $400, and some few other changes. But the president is staying focused on the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Actually passing something by the end of the week.
Yeah, I think we need to stay focused. Okay, now let the Democrats don't get too greedy now.
Yeah.
Don't get too out of hands. Let's focus on pandemic relief. That's what I'm interested in. All these small businesses that are suffering, we need to get help for them. Independent contractors, sole proprietors, small businesses. Let's focus on that. All this other stuff, we can talk about that later.
Yes.
Okay, let's be focused here. All right, continue. Is that all about
Yeah,
that?
well, then it's they're expecting the session to wrap up by Friday, which was ends this week, ends on the 7th. It could potentially extend into the weekend. The Senate votes could begin as soon as tomorrow, Thursday the 4th. But they should have it. There's estimating it should wrap up by Friday, but it could extend into the weekend.
Here's what you can do. Here's what you can do to help us get this through. Call your senators. Google, go to your city and Google your senator's name, phone number, email, call, and let them know we need this package to pass like yesterday. Thank you.
Yeah, right. Like last year.
Okay, last year. Okay. All right. Let's talk about the PPP loan. Let's talk about the PPP loan. All right. You want to start, or you want Ms. to start?
I think Ms. Nolan.
Ms. Nolan, go ahead and start. Let's start with PPP. Yeah.
I don't have that. I just said that some of the banks have already started accepting forgiveness requests on their PP loans. Some of them, I think, have already started. I saw where Chase Bank starts this month.
Mm-hmm.
And business and nonprofits with less than 20 employees can do new applications starting February the 24th. That ends right away.
Okay, hold on a second. Yeah, let me tell you for a second. Okay, now for those people who already got the first PPP, your bank or financial institution should already have contacted you by now about beginning to process your forgiveness application.
This is new application.
Yeah, this is new applications
This is
for
not
businesses smaller than 20
this
employees.
is
No, Miss No. The first thing you said was that Chase was beginning to accept forgiveness. That's what I'm addressing.
Yeah, and now I'm starting with business.
Yeah. Let me address this one first.
Okay.
Bank of America sent me an email this week that they started processing their application. Now, for those people who got the first PPP loan, you can start processing your loan forgiveness. Mm-hmm. If you got $50,000 or less, that's going to be forgiven free. We discussed this before.
Yeah.
Form 3508S. That's the correct form you should fill. 3508. 3508 number S, or letter S as in sand. So that's what you're going to send. Okay. Now let's talk about the one that they are taking out for small businesses.
Yeah, they're making this this one first priority. I know.
Yes. Now your first
about to talk about.
Your first priority, right? If you employ 20 employees or less.
Yeah, this is where she was talking.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. I just want to expand on that. So from now until March the 9th, which is about a week from now, a couple of days from now.
March the 9th is, I believe,
6 days?
Tuesday.
6 days from now.
So
And it ends at 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. So I would say do it right away. If you have 20 employees or less, go ahead and file for your second round of PPP now. That is available now. Go put your application in. You are on priority list and you're going to be in front of the line. Do that now.
But now this next one I think is what's really important
Yes.
to those that are listening.
Yes.
If you're eligible now for your second draw on your PP loan, if you qualify for the next three things. You have to have used the full amount of your prior loan on authorized uses only. You have no more than 300 employees. And thirdly, you can show at least 25% reduction in gross receipts between the comparable quarters of 2019 and 2020.
So similar to the last one.
Yeah, that's similar to the last one. So that eventually, once they open it up again to everybody, so those are going to be qualifying information.
That is if you've used your first
Yeah.
amount.
And here's one thing about this PPP. The rules and the process keeps changing, because once they hear from people like us, like if we call in and say, hey, no, it's not working this way, then they change it up a little bit.
Well, I think they might have different rules and regulations depending on the business and size and whatnot too. Like, like how they're making first priority for businesses with 20 employees or less.
Yes.
And then,
Now, regarding the funds, generally they said, even if I have not spent the fund, if you can show that you can spend the fund, even if you have not spent it,
That's not what
you can show that you can spend the fund.
what
They
I
say,
read
yeah.
said it had to be already used.
Yes, that's why I said that it keeps changing. They keep moving it a little bit back and forth. So that's
to
what's
the
going
right
on.
cause.
Yeah. So now, if you have any question, we take a call. You call 678-708-4567, or you can text it to us online, and then we can go ahead and. Did you invite the young lady? You can go ahead and respond to your question. Our producer is right there. He's going to read it to us, and then we'll try to respond to your question. All right.
678.
We got a question from Instagram today. Can you explain the forgiveness?
The forgiveness. All right. So the forgiveness, if you got $50,000 or less, they have decided that money is going to be forgiven in full. All right. So if you got more than $50,000, this is how you get the forgiveness. Of that amount you get, the total amount that you got on PPP, 60% of it has to be spent on payroll. That's on paycheck.
Payroll?
Yeah. Payroll expenses, leave, your insurance, everything that has to do with payroll has to be dedicated to 60% of that loan.
And that's over 50,000.
Yes, over 50,000. So if you got over 50,000, 60% of it has to go to your payroll. Now, if 60% goes to payroll, then you can then allocate the remaining 40% to paying your rent, your mortgage, your
Probably
business
my college.
expenses.
All
You
your
know?
expenses is what
Yeah.
actually it says, yes.
What?
Other business expenses would
And
be
even your mortgage, and if you're only paying interest, it also includes,
absolutely.
some not people are just paying interest instead of paying their principal.
Every expense that has to do with your
Well,
running the
I-
business, you can use the 40% towards that. Okay? So now, even if you can use the entire 40% towards that, guess what? Whatever amount that doesn't qualify for the PPP forgiveness, right? You only owe 1% interest on that money. So you only pay back 1% on it.
Interest on whatever doesn't
On that
qualify.
money. Yeah. So, but if you're able to do 60% of the money goes to your payroll, 40% goes to working expenses or business running expenses, then the entire amount, no matter how much you got, the entire amount will be forgiven.
And that's up to 150,000, right?
If you can show, this is the rule. If you can show,
Yeah, no, I'm saying if you can
60%.
show that you sent it, but that's up to 150,000.
No. 150,000 shows that you can use the form 3508S to file for your forgiveness, because that's simplified
I think he
forgiveness
said
form.
50,000. Didn't you
No,
say-
but I
No,
remember
50,000 will be forgiven.
automatically.
Completely.
Yeah, completely.
You
But
know-
I remember a few weeks back in one of our previous podcasts, when they had passed it. I think it was still when Trump was in. I think it was the end of last year.
It keeps changing.
And it
keeps
said
changing, yeah.
150. Like I remember specifically something about $150,000 on your PPP loan. Something about that.
Yes.
About being forgiven or whatever.
Yes, it's simple. That's a simplified form. You simplify form to apply for the forgiveness. Any other questions before we move forward?
Yes, if you get less than 50K,
Yes.
is it automatically forgiven?
Yes, that will be automatically forgiven, but you still have to file for application to be forgiven.
Yes.
And that's the form 3508S as in Sam. So that's the form that you 08. So that's the form you use to apply for the forgiveness. All right. So now let's talk about some of the new changes to the small businesses, sole proprietor, and independent contractor. Initially, they didn't get a lot from the PPP because they were using the net profit, the net income, which is what you file after you've taken out all your expenses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, now there's, what I
So
got
they
there
were using
said
their gross income.
set aside 15 billion for a new grant program for small businesses.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
that's like future term, like
Oh,
reference that they're
yes.
planning on. They're
That's
trying
a-
to put it together.
Yes.
That's a lot of money.
We need it.
Well, they need it. Yeah.
If I can just say
I'm
something.
not saying they don't need it. I just said 15 billion.
Yes.
No,
It's
yeah,
very
that,
even hard.
they deserve it. I think so.
Can I say something about some people who are a little bit skeptical? If you're out there and she's skeptical about, the billions, or the PPP, or the thing, let me let you know this. An average American pays at least 10 different type of taxes. Minimum. I pay 13 different type of taxes.
You pay taxes
Does that
every
include
week. Even
your
in the
business?
grocery store, you pay
Yes.
taxes.
Well, yes, but I mean, a homeowner doesn't pay that much.
Yeah, but you pay. Our food is coming. Hey, that's good. Our food is coming. All right, so you pay taxes, and what does the taxes do? The taxes want to make sure that the government is running. And how can this? Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. I'll bring your napkin.
Sure. How can the government run when businesses are not running? So the government understands this. So that's why the government is taking steps to make sure that the businesses are running, especially for the fact that it wasn't our fault.
That's true. But do you know how many people lost their jobs when they shut down the Keystone Pipeline?
A lot.
The what?
Do you know how many?
I don't know.
42,000.
All right. So
And when did they shut it down? When was this?
The first week, that was the first thing Biden signed when he went
yeah.
on.
But, okay. Let's not go off subject. Let's not go off subject. Right now, we're talking about the money we're getting. We are going to take that up next week and see how we can get help for those people. For right now, we are talking about the PPP. We are talking about getting help for our people. Okay, here's the new thing. With the new PPP, initially, nothing, okay.
Thank you.
So initially, it was very hard to get the small businesses to qualify for the PPP. They weren't getting that much from it because they were calculating the loans based on the net.
No.
Right now, it's going to be based on the gross. You are getting calculation based on the gross income of your business, whether business or independent contractor or whatever it is. So that's number one major change. How do you do that? You take your gross, divide it by 12, multiply it by 2.5. That is the amount of loan that you qualify for. So if you're an independent contractor and maybe your 2019 income was $12,000, divided by 12
It'd be
That's
$1,000 a month.
$1,000.
a month.
And then you take 2.5
Times
of
it by
1,000.
2.5, so that's
So
what,
that-
2,000?
Yeah, 2.5. Yeah, so that's what you get. And if they keep up with the regulations now, that loan is going to be completely forgiven.
So actually what they're doing is they're basing that on your monthly gross.
Yes. So they're paying 2 months of your
2.5.
2.5. Well, 2.5 of your
Yeah,
income.
2.5 would be 2.5.
Yes. Now, if you're a restaurant, it becomes 3.5.
3.5 months.
Yeah. So it'll be 3.5 because they came in last. All right. So we are almost done. So now, very soon, we're going to invite somebody from the Sanbra Restaurant to tell us about some of the wonderful cuisines that they have. So somebody from the Sanbra is going to tell us about. I've tasted the wele wele. Is it wele wele or kele wele? I've tried that, and it was ecstatic.
The what?
Is that word?
Ecstatic.
Yeah, it's called kele wele.
What's that?
Kele wele is made from. It's like fries, but it's fries.
Like potatoes?
Yeah, but it's made from large bananas.
Like plantains?
Plantains.
Oh, it's fried plantains.
Fried
I don't
plantains.
know what you said.
Yeah, but there's something they mix with it, a sauce to put on top of it with some peanuts. I tried
Oh
it.
gosh, that sounds good. doesn't
Yeah.
it?
That does sound good.
You
Are
have to try
getting
that. No, today I'm getting yam.
What's that?
Yam is potato.
Yam.
Yeah, yam.
Yam.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is African yam. Authentic African yam.
Is it yellow?
I don't know. They sometimes yellow, sometimes white. So I don't know what they have. I don't know what
Okay.
they're bringing. So based on what they
Yeah,
have.
it can be
they're
yellow.
bringing. Yeah, it can be yellow. It can be white.
Depends on how they cook it.
And also depending on,
On the yam, I guess,
yeah,
too.
on the species.
Species.
Yeah, the species. Yeah.
I want to say something.
Yes.
And I want the public to hear me. This menu is very varied and very good. There's not many menus where you can get oxtail,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but a lot of people like it. And another thing you seldom see on a menu here is lamb chops.
Wow. And you can actually read the menu.
Yeah, it's actually placed
without
all very
glasses.
well.
You know, without glasses, there's a lot of places you go, you would need a bifocal to read the menu. Yeah, and especially if you're hungry, who has time to read when you're hungry? You know? So the menu is great and the food looks good. And the food is
It
going to be
smells
coming.
good. I've smelled it a couple times.
You smell it, yeah.
They've opened up.
Yeah. Yeah, come on, ma'am. Yeah, come talk to us. Talk to us about this food. So talk to us about the food. What are some of the items that you think people should check out too? Yeah, come on in. Yeah. Come in, first. Want to sit down.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
We're happy to have you here at Sanbra.
Absolutely.
Sanbra is actually your home away from home. Everything that you're eating is what we would have prepared in our home. I am Jamaican, and as a result, I can speak from that side of it. But we also have a mix between the Caribbean flavors and then the African flavors. So that's what makes us unique in all that we do. Mm-hmm. And we always try to meet a market right across, irrespective of where you're from. You will find something that you like. You may not like something that's very spicy, or you might like something that's flavorful but not spicy. You can find it right here at Sanbra.
That's
or,
Yeah, I've seen the variety on that.
yeah, maybe you want to get a customized dish. We also leave space for that. You just have to give us heads up that this is what I'm looking for, and it's the date that I need to have it. The special thing about this is that we're also willing to host your small parties, especially on a Sunday when everybody is away. You can come in with your small group, and we're willing to cater for whatever it is that you need.
That's very nice.
Well, so they'll actually also host events.
Yes,
So you
we do.
can book your event here,
And then they cater.
and then they cater. I mean, one-stop shop.
It is customized,
Yes,
so whatever it is you're asking for.
And you get
We've
anything you
been
want.
open since January 23rd. So we've been in this location since then.
Wow, that is
Excited?
good. That is good. And if you can introduce, that's the owner.
Yes, it is. And this to my right is my mother and owner of Sanbra. She is going to be, I'm pretty sure she'll shed a little bit more light on what, she's the main engine behind everything.
Wow.
So she's able to give you a wider view of everything. So I will allow her to go ahead.
Ooh, that smells so good.
It does smell really good.
So let me ask you, what was your inspiration for opening this restaurant?
Yeah, where I've been here in the United States for over 2 decades.
Wow.
Let me say 25 years now.
Wow.
We have children here who are born here,
Wow.
but we came from Africa.
Wow.
But then when we take our children out, we want African food.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want African food. So I thought of something to bridge, the gap, where we go to one spot, I can have my food and they can have their food.
Yeah.
But I started catering since 2003.
Wow.
And so I've been wanting to open the restaurant, but the inspiration to merge this, menu came from the fact that when we go, sometimes we have to stop at 3 or 4 different restaurants.
Restaurant. Wow.
Yeah, somebody wants Chick-fil-A, we want this. So then we decided, let's do something that everybody, if the whole family can find their food.
Very good.
So we have African food, we have Jamaican, we have with a hint of American dishes.
Wow.
So that's how come we
Yeah, it
came up
smells
with
wonderful.
Sanbra.
Thank you so much for that vision. See, this is a one-stop shop. Sometimes you have families that are mixed, so you can come over here and order anything you want. American, African, Caribbean, or something even customized. This is very interesting. I'm so excited. How does it taste?
I'm going to taste this
You,
shrimp.
you can
I
see
have shrimp.
Miss Snow is loving. She's loving the shrimp. She's loving the yam. She's loving. This is so beautiful. Thank you so much for hosting us. We really appreciate that.
Thank you so much for coming.
Absolutely, guys. You have heard it from the horse's mouth. This is authentic. That's one word that got me. Authentic. So I invite you to check it out. You saw the website. It's SanbraRestaurant.com, and you can also Google, get the phone number. And I get the thing to get the phone number. And the phone number, if you want to order by phone, is 770-686-3600. So if you want to order a 770-686-3600, and they observe all COVID protocol, you wear your mask, you maintain six feet social distancing, and to do safe. You can also order to go. You can order pickup. It's the whole 9 yards. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for coming. So we have anything else?
So good.
We have anything else before we go?
I think we've been up there for a long time.
No, we're still on. Okay, somebody asked a question. He said, why is the African diet of higher nutritional value than the regular USA food? I can tell you that. Because most of the things that we do, they are done organically. So they are organic food. They are not processed. You don't have a lot of processing with our food. They're natural. You get it from the tree
I see what you're saying.
to the
yeah.
table. So whereas in America, we do a lot of processing. That's just it. We do a
So
lot
in
of processing.
Africa, doesn't use as many chemicals as we do to grow our food.
Yes, that's the other thing. So we do authentic. All right, guys. So we're ready now to go. Working on this meal in front of us. Thank you so much for joining us today. You can catch us on YouTube, on Instagram, every Wednesday, 12 noon, live on Instagram. We're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on Google. It's just #TheGood with Dr. Joe. See you then. Bye.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.
Bye.